I'm sorry if this has led to any confusion, but to my defense, I must say I was led astray by my teeny tiny brain, who couldn't sort of calculate a recipe. Some of you might have noticed that I start every day with a sort of a picture of a clip of my apartment or wherever I've been staying that night. So if I'm visiting my parents on Öland, that's a clip of their house. And if I'm in London, that's a clip of the hotel. Oxford, clip of the hotel. Anyway, so I try to do that each month because it's kind of getting weird. So for the whole of July, I had this sort of bike going by. Now it's August. Yes, it's August. So I thought it might be fun to see if I can get another one. So yeah, I'm going to go outside and take a picture. Hopefully something interesting comes by. Yes, I am like David Attenborough. Wrinkled. So I live in there, and this is where I had my little stand from IKEA. This is a great thing. I sort of got to do it because I don't want it to be shaky. But of course I need to move closer so you don't see this grass. And I wanted to get a clear picture of the stoop and also there, so I like to put little gifs, you know, people standing or stuff standing there or on the stoop. So I guess I had to climb this again. I did it a month ago so that I can get up a bit. So it's a shame that car is in the way. So maybe I can manage to get it from another angle. And that, people, is how I spend my Saturday morning. And now, dear listeners, it's up to you to choose which location shot you choose. Here they are. I subscribe to a vegan cooking magazine, and every time I get a new issue, I guess I get 6 or 7 a year. I try to cook everything in it, and I just got a new one. And yesterday when I couldn't sleep, before going to sleep, I slept great. I sort of noted some recipes, and today I will be grocery shopping. So join me as I go grocery shop. I have not yet showered. I will shower when I get home because I don't feel like it right now. And when I say shower, I meant shaved. Easy mistake. Now, here's the thing. I realised that it's almost 12 o'clock, so let's have some lunch and then go shopping. Otherwise, I might shop something, not so healthy. And I'm trying now. I will start slowly to get in shape because this is redonky-donk. Yeah. So, no more crisps after this weekend. Here is my lovely vegan lunch. All is prepared in my air fryer. Vegan schnitzel with vegan mayo and caper sauce. Just fries with chili sauce. And these are bell peppers that I air fried till they were sort of black, and then I peeled the skin off, and that turns them sort of really sweet, and it changes the texture. God, I'm good at languages. Anyway, bon appetit, people. Okay, people, it's time to get going. Out, and suddenly there's sunshine. Yes, I know. How disturbing. Did you know that Spain was once part of the Australian peninsula? Yes. Well, the Emperor Napoleon, who at the time was ruling all of Europe, this was in the Rococo time, so 60s, 70s, he was so angry at Spain at one time before, they won something that he wanted and sort of he got mad. So he donated the whole country to the Australians. And of course they were really flattered, but so they accepted. But then this whole problem with sort of shipping a whole country to Australia, got too much. So they had to decline. But that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. History filled with disappointments. Here we go. Here's the latest issue of Vegan Magazine, and here I have earmarked what I will be cooking. This and this. Oh, what? No, that and that. So far. Hello and welcome to What's Cooking Good Looking. My name is Jon Bon Appetit, and I'm a French cook with an interest for rock and the roll. I will today be teaching you everything you need to know about noodles with teriyaki seitan. Yes, that's seitan, not Satan. Or Satan. Yeah, it's seitan, not Satan. Yeah. So, let's start cooking, shall we? We are making this, and as always, it's easy if you start prepping stuff. So what you need is seitan, and you need half a block, about 200 grams, and you need to put it in a food processor because it comes in sort of yes, like a steak, like a kidney. It's really hard. And you need to put it in a food processor and just grind it to a pulp. And then you need to rinse your pak choy, two sort of bulbs of pak choy that you sort of split, and if they are really thick, like this one was, you split them in two because that would be easier. These will be washed and rinsed and dried, and well, not really dried, you need because you're going to blanch them. But anyway, now it's time to cook the noodles, and I'm not using noodles in the sense that it's Asian noodles. I'm using tagliatelle because it's cheaper. Oh yeah, that's the only reason. It's cheaper. So here we go. 500 grams of tagliatelle. Boil, you beastard. And now we soaked. Oh, we don't need to dry them. I was going to spin, but no. These will be put to the boil in this thing here. What will I do, you say? Well, I'm just going to put it in this and just going to immerse that into that. Boil, you beastard. And this is just going to get blanched, which means that you just shock it for a minute or a half, just to sort of soften it a little. But now it's time to make the sauce. I decided these are done. So, in a saucepan you add 1 deciliter of light soy sauce or Japanese soy sauce, whatever you call it. Japanese soy sauce, deciliter. Now, 5 tablespoons of mirin, which is a thing that looks like this. I don't know what it is exactly. Is it well, it's seasoning for sauces. So, anyway, that's 5 tablespoons of this. Now, we were supposed to add 5 tablespoons of sake, which is Japanese, I think, or Chinese. Anyway, it's a wine, but I googled something you can use instead, and I came up with extra dry vermouth. So 5 tablespoons of extra dry vermouth. And lastly, you add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Yeah, I know. To my European brain, it sounds kind of weird to have sugar in a butter. My brain is weird. So now you let this come to a boil or simmer, so just hot enough for the sugar to dissolve. Noodles are done, so it's time to rinse them and drain them and rinse them. The reason you rinse them now is because they will be you will be waiting with them so they don't stick together. You sort of try to wash away all the starch that sort of make them stick. So here we go. I'm just going to, pour it over these. And this I do with just one hand. Now you pour 3 tablespoons of granola oil. Granola oil? No, canola oil. God, granola oil, that would be great. Anyway, and that when the oil gets hot, oil, you will pour in your finely sort of food processed seitan. Think it's hot enough? Let's try. Oh, it's not. Anyway, you need to go. Well, when you feel like it, you just add 1 sliced onion. The recipe also calls for 2 garlic cloves, but I am a ventriloquist, so I got 4. No, I'm not a ventriloquist, I'm a magician, damn it. You also add about a thumb of finely grated ginger, and I grated mine in the food processor, and this is about, looks like nothing, but I need to scrape it out and put it into that. And when the onions are flaccid, it's time to pour in the mixture. Here we go. Ooh. We'll also add a tablespoon of Xinjiang vinegar. So, a tablespoon. This is supposed to thicken. And while we wait for this to happen, we drain our noodles, and somewhere in the bottom there's some pak choy. People have just realized something. You need to double everything I said except the seitan and the noodles, because this was a recipe for 2 and I added seitan and noodles and bak choy for 4. So 2 deciliters of soy sauce. Yeah, just double everything I said. I'm sorry if this has led to any confusion, but to my defense, I must say I was led astray by my teeny tiny brain, who couldn't sort of calculate a recipe for 2 and turn it into 4. Yeah. Brain dead. Almost. One quite important thing that I often forget is to taste while I'm cooking. So here goes. Ooh. This I like. Can't really taste the vermouth, which is good. While this is going on, I can tell you something interesting. Seitan is quite easy to do. It's quite hard to do, but seitan is the gluten in flour. So if you want to make your own seitan, you just make a dough of water and a thick dough of water and flour, and then you sort of, when it comes together, you knead it. And then you start to rinse. You put the whole dough under water, and you sort of keep sort of like almost like washing it, and the sort of the floury part will go away, and you will be left with only the sort of the strands of gluten, and it's quite meaty. It's a hard thing to do. I've never done it myself, but I see people doing it on YouTube's. Now the sauce has reduced somewhat, and I will add the noodles and the pak choy. Teriyaki sauce, meat, noodles and pak choy. And there you go. Now we're just going to wait till this gets hot enough, and then I'll have my dinner. Now it's time to plate, and the easiest way I find is to do it with a pasta. What do you call this? A fork? Yeah, I guess a pasta fork. Here we go, people. Time for a little taste test. Yes, that's sesame seeds on top, just to make it nice. Here we go. That was actually really good. Can't really say what it tastes like. It's sweet and sour, but not in a sweet and sour kind of way, you know, not that sweet and sour, like the sweet and sour sauce. I guess this is a teriyaki taste. I think I will enjoy these 4
portions. Well, not all four now, but in the upcoming week. So I say bon appetit to you, and you say goodbye to me.
Thank you for watching and for liking, commenting, subscribing and following. It really helps, and something to do with the internet and the algorithm, I think. So thank you so much.